Will the fifth dimension be different than the third regarding our financial situation? Yes, 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 yes. I cannot say yes enough times. However, keep one thing in mind. Too many people just think, oh, it's going to be easy. I don't have to work. I don't have to worry. Everything will be paid for. No, 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 no. This is not going to happen. You lazy bastard. Get off your ass and do something with your life. This will never happen. Now, the reason the fifth dimension will be different regarding our financial situation is because we, humans, will stop looking outside of ourselves for happiness, for fulfillment, for wholeness, for love. One of the biggest reasons we are in a financial mess is because we keep looking outside of ourselves to make us whole, to make us happy. And we keep buying and buying and buying and buying things we don't need. However, going into the fifth dimension, we will have started to love ourselves. We will have started to find more of us. So we won't need to spend all this money to fill up the hole that we feel inside. We won't have to spend all this money to look good, or at least think we look good. Because if we want to attract a mate, that mate will be able to read our energy and find the energy interesting and approach us. They will not be approaching us because of the shoes we are wearing, or because of the designer clothes we are wearing, or because of all that makeup we are wearing, or because of our hairstyle. They will be approaching us because of who we really are. So then there's no need to spend all this money. Another reason is we will be living only for ourselves, not our friends and families, and our colleagues at work and our bosses. So because I used to do the same thing for 40 years, so I don't want to take myself out of this. If we start living only for ourselves, we won't be buying that big house that we don't need to impress people. We won't need that expensive car that we don't need to impress people. So again, we won't go into debt. And this is the reason the fifth dimension will be easier, financially speaking, because we won't spend money we don't have. Also, the fifth dimension is a dimension of ease. Everything is easier. It really is. But mostly because we like ourselves. Because even in the third dimension, once I started liking me, my life became very easy. Once I realized my happiness relies on me, my life became very easy. The truth is, I don't even have 5% of the money that I used to have before. But I'm much happier, simply because I realized my happiness comes from me and me alone. This does not mean that you won't have money in the fifth dimension. We will still have money, plenty of it. We will still have business, even more than we have now. We will still have billionaires, only millions more than we have now. Because that is what some souls want to experience. The accumulation of this energy we call money. There is nothing wrong with this. In any dimension, nothing at all. Let's see what other difference there is. You see, we're talking with third dimension, fifth dimension. These are all just numbers because our mind requires numbers, or as some people say, spatial references. In reality, everything can change even in this dimension once we start loving us. That's all. Even our finances start changing once we start loving us. So that's the key. So don't wait for the fifth dimension to come for your finances to get better. Start loving yourself for your finances to get better. Now, many times I mention this to somebody, to let's say a client or in a seminar, and 99.9% of these people will automatically answer with, I do love myself. No, you don't. You don't. First of all, if you did, you would not be listening to me. There would be no need for you to listen to me. You would only listen to you. Because when you love yourself, baby, your soul talks to you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So if you're listening to me, no, you do not love yourself at all. So stop kidding yourself and stop being defensive. When someone says to you, you need to love yourself, they're not accusing you of something. So no need to get all defensive about it. Just say, okay, and leave it. If it doesn't ring true at that moment, just leave it. It might ring true to you later. Don't get defensive. No one is ever accusing you. No one. Let's see what else will be different financially. We're going to have mega companies, like huge companies. Excuse me. Our economy will be mostly based on services. Another reason there will be a lot of more money in the fifth dimension is because money will be moving faster. Right now, we are hoarding money for the future. We are saving it and buying dead bricks that we call houses for the future. But in the fifth dimension, we will not be afraid of the fact that we don't know the future. We will just let it be. So we will not buy a house because it will go up in the future. There will be no need to invest for the future. So that's another reason we will have more money in the fifth dimension, because we won't keep it under the mattress, so to speak. It will constantly keep moving. We will constantly be spending. In a different way than we spend now, though. Meaning we won't be spending to be happy or in the hope that we will become happy. Excuse me, I've got dry cough. Money will be, what's the word? I can't think of the word right now. In circulation. Money will constantly be circulating. This is what I mean by spending. It will be constantly circulating. So the faster it circulates, the more people have it. And this is why it will be easier in the fifth dimension. But no. There will be no such thing as I'm just going to sit here now and just relax and watch TV because I'm in the fifth dimension and there's nothing I have to do. I'm just going to order a pizza and that's it. No. You will not be allowed to exist in our society. You just won't. You will be pushed to the periphery until you either change or drop dead. Either way is okay for us. We don't mind. But you will not just be sitting around. You will be creating constantly. What you create does not matter. But you will constantly be creating, you will constantly be thinking, and you will constantly be growing as a soul. You did not come to earth to settle and watch TV. You did not do that. Because I have heard a lot of people say, I cannot wait for the fifth dimension to relax. No, that's just not going to happen. You'll be relaxed every minute of the day because of the way you think, because of your mind. Let's talk about stress for a moment. It doesn't have much to do with this, but let's mention it quickly. People say, I can't be working all the time, I'm stressful. No, stress comes only, there is no exception to this, only when we are doing things we don't like. When you are doing something you like, there is no such thing as stress. So in the fifth dimension, you will only be doing what you like, and then there will be no stress. So then you won't need to relax for months on end. This is going to sound mean. In the fifth dimension, there will be no such thing as welfare. The state does not take care of anyone. You either take care of yourself or you leave the planet. You are not welcome here. It's that simple. They have already started doing it a little bit, and people are accusing the state of taking care of the rich and not the poor. That's not what's happening. We cannot go into the fifth dimension with welfare, with taking care of people. This is not going to continue much longer. So the state has started slowly to make the pool that these people are in a little smaller. Many people will leave for this reason only, because they will discover that no one, absolutely no one, will take care of them. And as we say in other videos as well, it is very difficult for us to take responsibility for ourselves. So many people will choose to leave. In the fifth dimension, we will all be gladiators. We will all be avatars. There will be no such thing as a victim. Now there is no such thing as a victim either. It's just a role people choose to play. But in the fifth dimension, there will be no room. There will be no room for you to play this role. So if you're a victim, start saying goodbye from now. Or stop playing the victim role. It's that simple.